The Morgan Report with David Morgan. Discover how to build and protect your wealth at themorganreport.com.
David Morgan with the weekly perspective for the week ending 22 November 2025. I just want to point out again, we have updated and streamlined the website. And if you're interested in the blog, you just click there, obviously, consultations, memberships we have. And of course, you want the bio, here it is. And of course, members always log in at the top right-hand side. Well, we're almost through November, another week. So I thought I'd take another look at what has happened this year. And we can see right here that gold for the year is up 54%, palladium about the same, platinum as at 70, almost 71%, and silver is in the lead right now at 73%. What's interesting to me is the last one, the gold-silver ratio. We're still at a gold-silver ratio of about 891, and that is what it is. I'm waiting to see this ratio get below 80 and then to 70. I really do think that in this acceleration phase that silver will outperform. Obviously, it is right now based on year to date, but it didn't perform nearly as well as gold prior year, etc. Moving onward, I want to show that the stocks finally are outperforming the metals. So the HUI and XAU up double, 100%, a little better than that. And that's a 2-to-1 on what gold's done approximately. In a very strong market, we're looking for about a 3-to-1. But a 2-to-1 is 2-to-1. In other words, for every $1,000 gain you have in the gold itself, you would have doubled that in the gold stocks using the HUI or the XAU. I still think that the best place to be, if you have the minimum you need in the physical realm, to go into the mining shares. You want to go into the top tier, cash-rich, unhedged companies first, and then you want to drill down further. And of course, the explorers have the highest risk, in some cases the most reward, but they are difficult. If you get a blue chip, you're almost guaranteed you're going to make money. So big money goes into big companies, medium money into medium companies, and of course, bet on the speculative side of the equation. So if you scroll down to our new landing page, at the very bottom, there are these links here to X, to LinkedIn. And I'm going to go to my X account because I want to talk about something for this update. So there it is. That's me, as you know. These are my posts. Just posted something on platinum. Platinum is still showing being the best performer. It's still undervalued, in my opinion, relative to its historic ratio to gold, but I'll leave it at that. The main one I want to focus on is the one I have here. I say to use a translator, this is big news. The Mexican government has promised to streamline exploration permitting process and loosen environmental restrictions. Been a lot of information out there about Mexico and nationalizing all the mines and things along those lines. I have gone into my private membership and spoken directly with those very near the very, very top level of the mining industry in Mexico with, let's say, a more balanced approach. But nonetheless, no one knows absolutely. And the synopsis is that the political class in Mexico is like ours. They basically say what the public wants to hear while they probably are doing something differently. So doing a rough translation on this, here's the article in Spanish. The Economics Secretary, Guillermo Marcelo Ebrard, announced that mining exploration will resume in Mexico in 2026. Pending permits will be expedited and timelines will be shortened to facilitate investment in order to guarantee the security of the company's supply chain in face of the growing global geopolitical tensions. Access to minerals and processing will largely determine not only our competitiveness, but also the security of our supply chain. He celebrated that after prolonged stagnation, the first 3 environmental permits for the mining industry have been obtained. And Britt highlighted the close working relationship with the mining chamber, mining engineers throughout the year on issues of water, regulations, permits, and the sector's solidarity. He emphasized that government and the mining sector share commitments to sustainability and labor environmental responsibility. And finally, I'm here to present and recognize, through your maid, Claudia Casaubón. Thank you for what you do, And second, to share an invitation that in the years 2026, 27, 28, 29 through 30, we together can give Mexico what it needs in mining, engineering, and processing, what it needs to guarantee the security of the supply chain and well-being of our nation. So, looks pretty positive to me. This is a fairly big deal, and we are still in Mexico. In fact, I am on board with a new exploration company in an area of Mexico that really hasn't been explored that much, which historically has some pretty high-grade silver. So I'll leave it at that. I'll be back with you next week with another weekly perspective.
The U.S. government debt is about to cross $37 trillion. That's not a typo. That's trillion with a T. Tariffs are being used to try and even the playing fields. Global supply chains are shifting. Inflation isn't going away. And the value of your dollar? It's quietly being drained while no one is really talking about this. The truth is, we're living through the early stages of a financial reset, whether anyone wants to admit it or not. And if you're still relying on mainstream headlines or financial advisors who just tell you to write it out, you could be blindsided when things really shift. That's where the Morgan Report comes in. For over 25 years, David Morgan has been helping investors cut through the noise. He tracks what actually drives markets, from precious metals and mining stocks to global debt and monetary policy, and show you how to protect and grow your wealth when the system is under stress. This isn't just about gold and silver. It's about having a clear-eyed view of where things are headed and making sure you're not caught off guard. The Morgan Report gives you real research, honest analysis, and strategies you can act on, even in a world of rising debt, unstable currencies, and economic uncertainty. Go to themorganreport.com today, download your free report, get informed, get ahead, and take back control of your financial future. Themorganreport.com, because $37 trillion in debt won't